Good day everyone. In this video I explain what Composer is in the PHP world, why it is so useful to use, what it can help us with, and how it does it. This is a short video, so I will not have enough time to talk about all the features deeply. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment and I answer it later. If you ever tried to develop a complex web application in PHP, you have probably come across the question, is it possible that someone already done this or something similar? Is there a way to do it faster or better? Wish there was an easier way to install, update, and manage packages? Well, you are in luck. So in this video, we are diving into Composer PHP package manager that makes your development life so much easier. By the end of this video, you will know how to install Composer, use it to manage dependencies, what it is really good for. So let's get started. Before I get hands-on, let's talk about what Composer actually is. Composer is a dependency manager, but what does it mean? So the best way to get the answer, go to getcomposer.org. This is the official website, and click on dependency management. Composer is not a package manager in the same sense as Yum or apt-are. Yes, it deals with packages or libraries, but it manages them on per project basis. This is the really important thing. Installing them in a directory, for example, a vendor inside your project. By default, it does not install anything globally. So thus, this is a dependency manager. What is Composer good for? It helps you manage external libraries or packages in your PHP project. It ensures all your dependencies are installed and up to date. It uses a JSON file called Composer.json to track project dependencies. Think Composer is a package delivery service for your code. You tell it what you need, and it goes out, finds the best version of the libraries, and delivers them right to your project. But how is it doing this? Well, it uses packages.org behind the scenes. If you go to packages.org, you see the description, which tells everything what we need to know. Package is the main Composer repository. It aggregates public PHP packages installable by Composer. For example, if I search for Gazelle HTTP, which is a very popular PHP HTTP client library, you see, it's installed more than 800 million times. It tells us how to install, and it has all the documentation and basically all the things what we need to know. Let's install Composer. The process is slightly different depending on the operating system, but for Linux or Unix-based environments, you just go to download section, just copy this code and paste it in your terminal. And what it does, it downloads Composer file, which is a PHP archive. Okay, and if you want to see if it is working properly, just type -version and it gives you all the version. So it works properly. So usually we don't keep Composer on per project basis. Usually what we do, we move the Composer file, the user local bin Composer, because the user/local/bin folder is in our path. So it means once I start a new shell, that will be available immediately. So let's create a new Composer project. As you see, in this folder, I have only this Composer file. I'm going to remove it because I have already installed it globally. And let's initialize a project. I'm just going to keep everything the default. And I will open Visual Studio Code. So in the Composer file, you see we have no packages. The only thing what we see here is this PSR4, which I will talk about later. Okay, so let's install some dependencies. For example, if I go back to this project, to the Gazelle HTTP, let's copy it and install. And as you see, the composer JSON gets updated immediately. We can use it. Okay. So if I create an app PHP, I can start using Gazelle HTTP. Okay. And as you see, here is the vendor folder, and the composer will download the package and dependencies, if it's any, into the vendor folder. And there is the updated composer JSON file and the Gazelle HTTP, which resides here in the vendor folder. Okay. Create this file. The only thing what we need to do is to require the autoload PHP from the vendor folder. Every time we run install or update on Composer, it will update the autoload file, so it will help us to locate all the packages. So, all right. So let's use Gazelle and do something interesting with it. For that, I will need to create a PHP file. The only thing what I need to do is require the autoload from the vendor folder, which is managed and updated by Composer. I'm using Gazelle HTTP client and create a new client, and I'm sending a GET request to this JSON placeholder. Server, which is basically, it gets me one single to-do. User ID 1, title, blah, blah, completed false. Okay. So if I come back to the code and I run the app, I'm getting back exactly the same what I saw on the website. So this is how you use Composer packages. Okay, so now let's say you want to remove a package. It is quite easy to do as well. Instead of require, we just type remove. And in the Composer JSON file, the Gazelle HTTP is just gone. If you want it back, just type require, and it is back as well. Okay. So the next thing what I really want to talk about is the autoloading function, the PSR4. So in the Composer JSON file, you see this autoload section, which what it does, it maps the agent feud Composer basics namespace to the SRC folder. So if I create a class here, let's say, and basically I'm just gonna define a class here. I have to specify the namespace, and there is a single demo class with one public function, and it just echoes something out. Okay, so here, so in the app PHP, what I'm gonna do, actually I don't need this Gazelle HTTP, but I need to use the demo class because I just want to show how it works. I'm just gonna create a new instance of a demo class and I will call the doit on it. So let's see what it does. And as it expected, it outputted done. So this is how Composer works. And that's it. Now you know how to use Composer to manage dependencies, how to install packages, and update them. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more PHP tutorials. Drop a comment below if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video. Happy coding!